Hi guys, and welcome back to Completed It Mates. So this week, this video that you're watching now was supposed to be a Black Ops 4 video, but I didn't realise that the beta or beta was only for the weekend, and for one reason or another I couldn't get to my equipment this weekend, so I'm having to fall back on a sort of a question and answer video, a Q&A video. It's been a while since I've done these. I had a break for, about 2 months, so I felt this was be a good time to reacquaint ourselves, to relight our fires. What? As always, do give this video a thumbs up now before I bore you to death, and also comment if I don't answer any of the questions that come up in this Q&A, then obviously give us a little comment, and hopefully if I have time I'll get round to answering you. As long as they're not the same questions that I've answered over and over again. Think about it. So let's kick things off, shall we? Harry So Epic on Twitter asks, are you excited for Black Ops 4? Does the Battle Royale mode look appealing to you? Well, I'm actually not excited for Black Ops 4, and that's not because I'm miserable. Well, it is a little bit. It's just because I haven't really got into Black Ops since Black Ops 3. I haven't enjoyed the games as much as a lot of other people have, and I know that a lot of people don't enjoy Black Ops or Call of Duty. There's something where I'm hopeful that because it's a Black Ops series that it will capture some of that magic that I love from Black Ops 3, so there's always that. I'm hopeful that it will be a good game. Lord knows I can't just keep playing Black Ops 3 for the rest of my life, or, maybe I can, I don't know, who comes up with these rules. But I'm trying not to get excited because I have gotten excited over the last couple of Call of Duty titles, and I've sort of felt a bit left down. They haven't been as good, and so I'm obviously gonna buy the game. I'm obviously gonna feature it on this channel, and I'll find out whether I like it when it comes out, but at the moment I'm not thinking about it. Right now I'm really enjoying playing Spider-Man. I'm really looking forward to Red Dead 2 coming out, so they're the things that they're exciting me at the moment. If Black Ops 4 comes out and it's brilliant, then amazing. I couldn't ask for more for a year of gaming, but I haven't got my hopes up. I'm gonna wait and see. Okay, Dom Des Garcons, don't know if I'm saying that right, he's asked me a question on Instagram. He said, if you could have played any other character, didn't say any, I've added that, if you could have played another character on the Inbetweeners, who would it have been? Well, a lot of you may or may not know that I was actually in the pilot for the Inbetweeners, which is a sort of like a test episode that gets made, and basically it's a test to see if the show is any good, and if the channel liked it, which was Channel 4 at the time, then they watch it and decide whether to put it on TV and make a full season or a full series if you're not from America. And I actually played Neil in the pilot. I was the only one of the boys, the 4 boys that you know as the Inbetweeners. I was the only one that was in the pilot. The other 3 guys came in once the show got green lit, once the show was, we were told that it will go ahead for a full series, so they completely recast, and I was actually told that it was going to be a complete recast, that all the 4 boys were going to be recast and other people were going to play the characters, which is sort of true. But the way I got the news was I got a call from my then agent, and they were sort of like, hey, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The good news is that they've picked up the Inbetweeners, or Baggy Trousers as it was then known. It wasn't called the Inbetweeners until just before it actually went out on TV. While we were filming it, it was called Baggy Trousers. Imagine that. They said, we've got some good news and we've got some bad news. They're going ahead with the Inbetweeners. They're going to make a full series. The bad news is that they're going to completely recast, so you won't be needed. And I was like, well, what? Where's the good news? What? I couldn't believe it. They were going to completely recast the whole cast, and I was out of a job, and I wasn't going to be a part of this thing that I thought was really funny and that could be really good. So I think I actually called up one of the writers, one of the creators of the show, and I said, hey, I heard the good news, congratulations, and I'm gutted that I won't be a part of it, but I wish you luck, and if there are any smaller parts in the show, because I needed work at that time, and I said if there are any smaller parts in the show, featured actors in 1 or 2 episodes or something like that, then keep me in mind and give me a shout. And he said, oh wait, hang on, no, we want you to play Jay. And I was like, oh well, that's not the information that I've just got. And to this day I wonder whether if I hadn't made that phone call to one of the co-creators, whether my life would have been completely different. He was like, we want you to play the part as Jay, and we need you to come here, tomorrow to go through the script and da. I just would never have got that information. I just would never have turned up, and God knows how my life would have turned out if that was the case. Gavin_Reed4 is asking, why are you growing your beard out so much? Love from America. Well, here's the thing that sort of bugs me, is that people like to comment about the way I look all the time. Get a haircut, have a shave and things like that. And, what you got to remember is that a lot of actors don't actually have... Shut up. What you got to remember is that a lot of actors don't have don't have a say a lot of the time about the way they look, because they have to look a certain way for a part or for a job. And that's just what's happening now. I'm in a TV show at the moment, and we're shooting it, and I've got to have a beard, and that's it really. It's a bit long for my liking. It looks a bit untidy, and as soon as I can, I'll be shaving it off. It's like White Gold. I had to have a moustache for that, and that was, it's not the most pleasant way to live your life during your day-to-day life if you're just popping to the shops and things like that. But that's just what you got to do. You need to look a certain way for a job, and it's like the Inbetweeners. I had to keep bleaching my hair for that. And I'm sort of a sucker for, if something looks funny, then that's a good enough reason to do something for me. If it's funny, if it will look weird and make people laugh, then I'll do it. And it's the same case here. Martin F93 wants to know, do you take inspiration from any other YouTubers? PS, loving the channel and recently watched White Gold, loved it. Thanks, Martin. I don't take inspiration from other YouTubers. If somebody does something a certain way technically, then I'll try and sort of copy that if I like it. But I think that my style is more relaxed and more... I don't want to say grown up, because I'm still making videos about video games, but I've always felt that I wanted this channel to just feel like we're hanging out and we're playing video games, and it should feel like how you're at a friend's playing video games with them. I didn't want to be wacky and zany, although I do get quite angry about Black Ops 3, but again, that is genuinely natural. That is just, I know there are loads of you out there that will agree with me when some games become really frustrating and you get angry, but I didn't ever want it to be something that was unnatural. And so the channel is a lot more low energy and a lot more sort of calmer and a bit more relaxed, I think, than other YouTubers or other gaming YouTubers in particular. And so that's why I'm not really taking inspiration. I've always just been myself and sat a camera in front of me while I play a video game. That's literally it. That's all there is to it. For me personally, it was more about learning how to operate a camera, learning about lighting, learning about editing, learning about adding music and audio and things like that. That's why I'm doing this YouTube channel. The actual content isn't really that important to me. It's more the sort of creating of it that I enjoy. Michael_9396 wants to know, what have you learned from YouTube since you started? Well, to be honest, I've learned a lot about the technical side of creating content, but I've also learned to be more comfortable being myself. I don't know if anybody has seen the very, very first video that I put up on YouTube, and it was shot on my camera phone, and I was whispering. I was literally shaking with nerves because I'm a very anxious person, and I genuinely don't have many friends and things like that, and I find it very difficult to communicate with people. And when I'm in front of a camera and I'm playing a part, I find that easy. But if you wanted me to sit down and be myself, I find that very nerve-wracking. And I'm still nervous now. I'm still always sort of slightly nervous whenever I'm making a YouTube video, but I feel like I've overcome that anxiety a bit, and I feel much more comfortable in myself. And one of the ways that I felt like I had sort of turned a corner with my social sort of anxiousness was last year. I was on the Graham Norton show, and I basically told the whole nation an anecdote about how I actually shit my pants. And before I'd started YouTube, I wouldn't ever really have even spoken. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube that you can watch with interviews with all the Inbetweeners and stuff like that, and if you notice, I will always sit at the back in the corner behind usually my other three boys who are much more funnier and much more likeable than me, and I would usually just rely on them to get me through an interview, and I would hardly say a word. But now I feel more comfortable doing those things, and I feel more comfortable talking to people, and that's something maybe not that I've learned by doing YouTube, but YouTube's definitely helped me with those sort of things. And I definitely feel more comfortable nowadays in my own skin, and also because I'm not playing a character, this is me, and I feel like I am very genuine on this channel, and I never lie, and I'm always telling the truth. The content that I make isn't great, but hopefully, it kills 10 minutes of your time. That's all I want to ever do. I don't expect to win awards or anything for this shit. But it's nice that 99% of the comments are always so supportive and always making me feel so good, and a lot of it has to do with those comments as well, because it's made me think, well, I'm not that sort of weird and bad, and all these people seem to like me, and maybe I am better than I think I am. I don't know. I should be more comfortable in these sort of situations, and that is what YouTube has done for me. I'm still, not 100% comfortable, but it's definitely helped me, personally. So thank you to everyone that comments. That's why I always read every comment, and I know there are a few of you that don't believe that, but it's definitely true, because I love reading them. It's not me being, I've said this loads of times, it's not me being look how great I am, I read every comment, isn't that good of me? No, I get the enjoyment out of reading them. It's something that I like to do. So that's what I'm taking from doing YouTube. Cal Louis Daniel says, "Hi James, did you watch the KSI versus Logan Paul fight? What are your thoughts on the match and the rise of YouTube events like this?" Well, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch that fight. I'm sort of not interested in that sort of thing. But I'm not gonna be one of those people, because that fight's not for me. It's not. They didn't put that on for people like me. I'm not their audience. I'm not their demographic, and I'm in my 30s now. And the last thing I want to do is to turn into one of those people that just poo-poo. I didn't want to say that, but it was the only phrase I could think of. Poo-poo stuff like this, because that fight and these people are important to a lot of people, a lot of young people. And just because I don't get it, and just because it's not aimed at me, doesn't mean that I'm going to turn around and say, oh, they shouldn't be doing this. This is rubbish. There's no place in the world for this. Because of course there is. And I've got much more respect for these people than I do for, a lot of X Factor winners and things like that. Like I just don't have time for those people. And if kids nowadays are looking up to people that are creating their own content and they're actually going out and being proactive and doing stuff with their lives, then
you dropped your fanny pack.
I'm trying to make a good point here.
No, I'm gonna grab something from the toilet. You want something?
No, I'm good. Oh, man, I knew you were going to throw me off. I saw you just walking slowly in the background.
Common content creators?
Yeah, content creators. I mean, these people should be more important to the younger generation. I do think they have a place, and I do have a lot of respect for them, because what they've done is absolutely incredible. The audience that they've gained, it's not by accident. It's not because they aren't clever or they don't know what they're doing. There is a reason for all of it. So I didn't watch the fight, but I definitely understand the excitement by a lot of people. I keep banging on the table, and that's going to come up on the mic. I do get the excitement that a lot of people have over those sort of things, and I think it's great, and I think it's brilliant for those people. What are you doing?
Drop something.
There's nothing there.
You're right. Must have dropped it somewhere else.
The only reason I'm doing this video is because I couldn't come in over the weekend to do
Not my fault.
the Black Ops 4 beta.
Not my fault.
The beauty of being numb says, is there anywhere in the world you've not been that you'd like to visit? Well, yes. Off the top of my head, there are loads of places that I haven't been that I would like to visit. But off the top of my head, I'd have to say Japan. I would really, really love to go to Japan. And me and Matt, who you might know, some of the more regular viewers of this channel, the older viewers of this channel, will know Matt. He helps me out with this channel. And we've always said that if we got, 1 million subscribers or something crazy like that, then we would do like a special vlog where we go to Japan and we check out all the old sort of Japanese exclusive video games and things like that. And that's where I would really love to go. So I'd have to say Japan, but the places that I have been so far have been amazing. I love America, I love Australia, and do you know what? The UK isn't so bad either. When you spend time away from it, you do miss it, and I'm very proud of where I'm from. But there are loads of places that I would like to visit on this little planet of ours. Which leads me nicely to our next question. Is from Bodie or Body, it's spelt in a weird way. He or she says, honest opinion on Australia. One like and one thing that confuses you about us. Right. I love everything about Australia. I wish it wasn't so far away, because I would go a lot. I absolutely loved my time there when we made the second Inbetweeners film, and I cannot praise Australia enough. I really, really, really like it. I love the people, and I love the food. I love the weather. I love the nature. The cricket's good out there as well, and stuff like that. One thing that confuses me is a little bit of the language, stuff like Doona and things like that. But other than that, it's I can't think of really anything that confuses me that much. They drive on the right side of the road, which is the left side, and it's not that different from being in the UK, being on Australia, except for the sun is shining and people are a bit happier, and both nations, both peoples have a really, really great sense of humour, and that's something that I enjoyed when I was out there. OJCB Gaming wants to know, like some actors out there, do you ever find it uncomfortable to watch the work you starred in and therefore try to avoid doing so? Yeah, I think that's a really common thing with most actors. It's something that I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy watching myself at all whatsoever. In fact, it's I think the whole of the second series of The Inbetweeners I have never seen. It's just not... I don't like watching myself. I find it very uncomfortable. But also, you know, I was there when we made it, when we shot it, when we filmed it, you know, and we did it over and over and over again. It's like somebody filming your whole day at work and then you finishing for the day and then going home and then someone else going, oh, do you want to watch your day at work that you just did? So it's a little bit like that for me. I don't enjoy watching the stuff that I'm in, unless I'm not in it, unless I'm not in that scene or something like that. Like when watching sort of, I've seen both the Inbetweeners movies because we had to, because we went to a premiere and I think we did director's commentary or something like that. I call it director's commentary, but we weren't the directors, obviously. We did a commentary on the DVD, and I always find that I really love watching the stuff where the other boys are doing it because I think they're brilliant, or, you know, anything else that I'm in. I always enjoy watching the scenes that I'm not in, but as soon as I turn up, I sort of feel sick and I don't want to watch it anymore. Sean Pegler, or Pegler, not sure, mate. He wants to know, which game would you like to see turned into a film, and which role, if any, would you play? Right, well, so following up from my last question, I wouldn't like to play a role because I obviously wouldn't enjoy the film that much, but the film that I would really like to see, the game I would really like to see turned into a film would be BioShock. There was talk of that happening, I think. I read about it on the internet. There was rumours that maybe BioShock was going to be adapted into a motion picture, but it never happened. But I really liked that story, and I think that it would just, the way that Rapture looked and things like that, I think it would make a really, really great movie, and maybe we could do something. Surely, you know, anyone watching this that agrees with me would like to see that happen. Maybe we can make some sort of movement. You can do anything nowadays with the internet, and obviously you can contact anyone with the internet as well. So yeah, let's do it. Let's make BioShock the movie. And finally, this is a question that James, that Lockie W, Eden Spence, Tom Slade, Gillian McCafferty, Ede Lott, Insta Luca, Harry Blair, Matt Garn, Jack Steed, Lee, Ben84, Matt Gilbert, Benjamin Jones, Sugdenese, James, The Three Hammers, and many others would like to know. They're all saying, what's happening with White Gold Series 2? When will White Gold Series 2 be made? Well, I can't say too much, but all I can ask is that you be patient. I don't know what's happening with it. I don't know whether but just, you know. But I don't know. Okay? So thank you so much for watching this. I'm sorry that it wasn't a Black Ops 4 video. I really am sorry that it wasn't a Black Ops 4 video and you're now stuck with this waffle. But hopefully this has been a nice little sort of palate cleanser. Up until the next video, which I don't even know what I'm going to do next video. It might be Black Ops 3 again. Again, your suggestions would be, I'd be really grateful if you could suggest some nice games that I should be playing, and that could potentially make a good YouTube video. That's what I'm looking for. So yes, thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone that commented. Thank you to everyone that asked me a question. If you want to ask me questions, make sure you put them in the comments, or please follow my Twitter and my Instagram. Those are the places that I go to when I say, hey, I need some questions, I'm going to do a Q&A video. So please give this video a thumbs up, make sure you comment. I read every single comment, and until next time, I'm off. Adios.